It's Veganuary, kids. So you made a resolution to be vegan for a whole month. You don't know what to do with yourself now? Stick with me. We got this. Good morning, everyone. And it is literally morning. As you can see, this is a very odd camera angle again. I am still working out these camera angles, but that's okay. I purchased a tripod that will hang on things. My daughter calls it a gorilla pod. I don't know if that's a brand name. This one pretty much is called a spider. So anyway, let's get to some cooking. I have resolved to hang out in the kitchen, and I will try to straighten up the kitchen, but also I want to get at least 2 or 3 recipes done. Reason I'm going for so many is I want to give you a recipe every day, and in the total scheme of things, if I don't record several when I get a chance, then that means it's not going to happen. The first recipe, this is one that's very, 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 very easy. This is an extremely good recipe. Potatoes are very nutritious, and definitely they should be a part of a vegan diet. I'm using red potatoes here. Soon I'm going to transfer them to the sink and just kind of getting any excess dirt off. You can use any potatoes that you like. I do choose red potatoes. It mashes up very easily. I am going to go over to the sink and just wash them individually. Interesting angle, not sure about it, but anyway, first order of business. The potatoes are soaked. I took off any extra eyes. The amount you want to use here. Loosely speaking, I've always just filled the pan full of potatoes. I've learned with this recipe, my family loves it so much that I make it and it's pretty much gone by the next day, even though I make a big quantity of it. All I'm going to do for now is just boil the potatoes. I'm going to turn the heat on medium-high and just put a lid in so they can steam and boil. I'm just going to let them cook for about an hour here, and I will be back to make the recipe. While we are waiting for the potatoes to get done, I just wanted to take a little break and talk to you about a product that's not too expensive. Most grocers carry this. If the grocers don't carry it, I know Walmart does, and actually I think they carry it in the vitamin section, believe it or not. But these little gems right here are called chia seeds. Yeah, we all remember the commercial, chia. Well, let me tell you about these. Yeah, I know I need to keep my day job, right? Yeah, these seeds right here are power-packed, full of nutrition. I hate to use the word superfood, but superfood they are. It's not expensive. Now, to get, I think, a 1-pound bag, you pay about $8, but it will last you for a while. There are many, many things you can do. You can make drinks. You can put them on salads. You can put them on almost anything. I'm going to have them in the potatoes as an optional ingredient. Because I use them so much as a condiment, I got this nice little jar right here, so I'm going to have them accessible so I can sprinkle them on. Sometimes it helps just to get these little $2 condiment jars. You can usually get them at your grocer. So I'll put some of these in here, put these in storage until I need them again. And just as kind of a point of reference for you, you buy a bag, you pay $8 for the bag, you'll have them for several months. Tons of nutrition in these babies. Potatoes are pretty much done now. So I am going to go ahead and get my wet ingredients ready. Anyway, there's just a very few ingredients that actually are going to go in the pan. Here's our finished potatoes. I'm going to cut probably 2 lemons will do. Oh, we just really like 3 lemons. So 3 lemons it is. We're just going to go ahead and ream 3 lemons. best thing to do with these is just do it to taste. So here we go. After being de-seeded, all of that is going into the potatoes once we start mashing. If you've never tried potato and citrus before, oh my gosh, I think you may actually be in for a treat. I'll just take the spoon and pull the seeds out. It'll make the whole thing go down smoother. Okay, I'm going to set the lemon juice aside. And then I'm going to get the toppings ready. Hey, as an option, you could have cooked a few cloves of garlic, actually, maybe about 3 cloves of garlic with the potatoes. Being that tomorrow I need to go to work, I don't really need to be smelling like garlic, so garlic salt is a good option. Also with this recipe, your dried ingredients really work better. I have got a bunch of fresh parsley over here, but instead of fresh parsley, I'm going to use dried parsley. Anyway, next, these are wrapped scallions. Yeah, I know. So, I'm going to cut the wrapped scallions, finally. And these actually are going to be a topping. So, what I will do is I'll just cut 3 of these, and they will be something that you can put on the top. It's just going to be like the chia seed. It's going to sit on the side, and it will be totally optional. And I cut them as far as I can. Look how lovely. Look at that lovely color. I think I'm pretty much there now. So, just place these into a dish. That's if you wish to. So, I'll leave this to the side. I'm going to go ahead and just put all my condiments on it, actually. So, now, bacon pieces. This is a vegan food. It's not the best vegan food in the world. They were going after it for the crunch and the smoky flavor. If you have ever made vegan bacon and you know the recipe to make vegan bacon, you can actually use that in replacement of this. If you've never used vegan bacon before, let me know down below and I'll be glad to show you 3 ways to make vegan bacon. It's a very easy process and it's delicious. This whole world goes crazy on bacon, but when you're talking about bacon, you're talking about roughly a piece of fat drenched. You can get that smoky, sweet, savory flavor without killing a pig. And if you would like to do so, just let me know and I'll be glad to share that with you. I'd love to do an episode where I'm making about 3 types of bacon. But in the meantime, the chia seeds. Okay, now that we have our optional ingredients ready, I'm going to go ahead and work on the potatoes. I'm just going to go into the potatoes, do kind of a circular motion and mash them. As you'll see, if you're doing this yourself, they mash up easily. Now, I love this recipe because this means I don't have to peel the potatoes. We just leave the skin on. Because most of the vitamins in a potato are just under the skin. If you peel all that wonderful skin off, there go your vitamins. You get to a point where they start feeling a little bit dry. Go ahead and put in just a little bit of lemon juice just to wet the mixture. Okay. Just continue mashing. I really love these recipes with the skin because it's just like all I have to do now is call it rustic. And it seems like a wonderful thing, but when you get right down to it, maybe it's a lazy cook's thing because I didn't have to sit there and peel a bag of potatoes. So I will just pour a little more lemon juice. I'm not going for a super wet consistency or super creamy consistency. I want this to be a little rough and earthy. It's like that, little bit more lemon juice. Go for all the lemon juice. Now, if it gets dry again, just add a little bit of water, maybe 1 tablespoon of garlic powder in. Gives it an extra added texture. So here's my parsley flakes, and just sprinkle about a tablespoon of parsley flakes on. We just want to get some real green going in there. And then we'll just mix our garlic powder and parsley flakes. I keep saying salt. And again, like I say, you're going for a chunky texture here. You're not really going for a smooth whipped texture. It kind of looks good with the green of the parsley to keep it rustic. Hashtag lazy cook. Nice thing about this recipe is if you really don't have time in your day, you could come home and just wash and cook the potatoes. That'll take an hour. Then you could set it aside for the next day when you could do the prep. This is a dish that you could very well freeze. It helps mealtime for a couple days. This is a very good standalone recipe, or you could actually serve it with, say, a spinach salad. Would be nice, a savory spinach salad. I know sometimes spinach salads are sweet, but if you could do a savory spinach salad, it would be really something. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of water here. Basically at this point it's not going to need much liquid. There you have it. So to serve it up, grab the potatoes. The fun part is you have 3 condiments here. Now we put on the condiments, any that you want. I'm going to put on the bacon bits. I believe in dry ingredients with this recipe. It just adds a little texture and dimension to the flavor of it. Potatoes themselves are wet, and then you have like crunchy things on top. And now I'm putting on the chia seeds. Again, totally optional recipe if you don't have any yet. If you don't, definitely look for them because you can use them so much in vegan cooking. They do last you a while. So anyway, I'm going to put in a few scallions, wrapped scallions. Beautiful dish. Rustic mashed potatoes. We're going to do the taste test. So here are your beautiful, there's a beautiful plate of potatoes, so much color in it. It's very interesting looking food. I'm into interesting looking food. It definitely helps the appetite. So I'm going to take a bite. And let's see. These are just excellent. For you. Would you like some too? I'll be very glad to share. Well, I gotta say, that was quite good. Just one last thought. There was a man recently who had health problems and was going to solve them by eating nothing but potatoes for a year. So he did. Lost quite a bit of weight and a lot cleared up with him. And I think after it was all said and done, he decided what he was going to do is have a little variety, but he was going to a vegan diet. So with that being said, you know the nutritional punch that these have. Anyway, glad you could join me for this recipe, and I will talk to you later.